Alright, y'all, so to get started, just type vim tutor on your terminal, enter. Then when you're done, you type shift colon, whoa. Okay, so let's restart that. So to get started, type vim tutor on your terminal, enter. When we're done, we're going to type shift colon q. Okay, let's do that again. Vim tutor, shift colon q. Okay, so let's work through this thing. Okay, let's get some better music. Can't get you. Dang. I wish there was a recently played on Spotify. This is pretty good. Okay, we're going with Hans Zimmer. All right. Okay, so Vim is a very powerful editor that has many commands, too many to explain in a tutor such as this. This tutor is designed to describe enough of the commands that you will be able to easily use Vim as an all-purpose editor. The approximate time to complete this is 30 minutes, and I guarantee you this is not going to take 30 minutes. This will probably take you like an hour and a half or an hour if it's your first time ever doing this. So this is more like stretch goal. Stretch goal. Depending on how much time is spent with experimentation. Attention. The commands in this lesson will modify the text. You don't have to worry about this. We can watch, for example. So like I changed this. So if I go, so if you do colon exclamation point, that overrides whenever you've modified it. And we can just start it again. No big deal. You could even, we could save it. Let's see what happens if we save it. Stretch goal. W key means right, quit. Okay, yeah, so it's opening a new version. So don't worry about like messing it around. Go ahead and mess it up as much as you want. It just restarts at the beginning. Okay. Make sure that your cap box key is not depressed and press the J key enough times to move the cursor so that lesson 1.1 completely fills the screen. So pressing J. Okay. Lesson 1, moving the cursor. To move the cursor, press the H. H is left, L is right, K is up, J is down. Move the cursor around the screen until you're comfortable. Hold down the J until it repeats. Now you know how to move to the next lesson. Using the down key, move to lesson 1.2. Pressing J. Okay, exiting Vim. Before exiting any of the steps below, read this entire lesson. Press the escape key. Escape. Type shift colon exclamation point. This exits the editor, discarding any changes you've made. Get back here by executing the command that got you into this tutor. So that's vim tutor. That might be vim tutor. If you have these steps memorized and are confident, execute steps 1 to 3 to exit and re-enter the editor. Okay, so we're going to re-enter. Type Control D, Control D, Control D. And now we're back to where we were. We left off at 1.2. So now we're going to go to 1.3. Okay. Exiting, text editing, deletion. Press X to delete the character under the cursor. X, 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 X. Move the cursor to the line below, marked dot. Oh, this one. Okay. To fix the errors, move the cursor until it is on top of the character to be deleted. Okay. X, 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 X. Now that the line is correct, go on to lesson 1.4. Okay. Press I to insert. Okay, move the cursor to the marked line. We're here. There's text missing. Press B, B. We're going to press A, S, I. Escape. Okay, there is some from this line. Okay. When you're comfortable inserting text, move to lesson 1.5. Okay. And again, you know, I'm going to go a little bit faster because I've been using Vim for a long time, but the first time I did this took me maybe 45 minutes to an hour, so no shame in it taking a while the first time. Okay, so text editing, appending. Press A to append text. Capital A. Ah, okay. So if we press A, it goes to insert mode at the next character. If we press capital A, it goes insert at the end of the line. Cool. All right. Move the cursor to the marked line. Okay, so there's some text missing from, okay, so we're going to press capital A, this line. Cool. Missing here. Boom. Editing a file. Use WQ to save and exit a file. If you have access to another terminal, do the following there. Otherwise, exit this tutor as you did in lesson 1.2. At the shell prompt, type this command. Vim file.txt, enter. Vim is the command to start the Vim editor. File.txt is the name of the file you wish to edit. Use the name of a file that you can change. Insert and delete text as you learned in the previous lessons. Save the file with changes and exit with :WQ. If you have quit Vim Tutor, in step 1, restart the Vim Tutor and move down to the following summary. After reading the above steps and understanding them, do it. Okay, so let's remember what we're going to do. We're going to add some text to a new file called file.txt with Vim. We're going to save it, and then we're going to come back to the tutor. So we're going to go :Q, probably exclamation point, because we've changed it. Now we're going to type vim file.txt. Okay, and you see we've opened file.txt here. So let's write some text to get to know Vim. We're going to :WQ to save it. And then if we type, let's do ls bar grep file. Okay, so there's the file that we edited, and we can go ls-la, and here's the file.txt, and we can see it's June 9th at 9:51. We can type cat file. We can see what's inside. All right, let's go back to the Vim Tutor and type Shift G. Okay, where were we? Getting help? No. Set option, we did not do that. Copy and paste text. I'm trying to find where we left off. Okay, we did append. Wait, let's see. Okay, so this is the beginning of the tutor. So let's just type Control D and let's go down and look for where we left off. One thing we can do is we can search. You can type / or so it's the key with a question mark and /. So press that. So we see this right here. We can type file.txt. Okay, so we found out where we left off. We're on 1.6. Okay, so let's read the summary. The cursor is moved using either the arrow keys or the HJKL keys. To start Vim from the shell prompt, type vim file name. This is just this could be file.txt, you know, readme.md. To exit Vim, type :q exclamation point. To save your changes before you exit, write :wq. Delete characters, type x. Type u to undo. To insert or append text, I to type inserted text, capital A appends at the end of the line. Okay, cool. Move on to lesson 2. Deletion commands. Type DW to delete a word. Okay, let's go to the marked one. Okay, so there are some words, fun, that don't belong, paper, in this sentence. So fun and paper. So if you type B, you go back. Once we get to the beginning, we can type DW, which means delete word. Now we can find paper. So you can type FP, delete word, or DW. You type U to undo. So DW. Okay. Type $$ to delete to the end of the line. Okay. So let's go to the marked line. Somebody type the end of this line twice, end of this line twice. So let's type $. Okay. On operators and motions. Many commands that change text are made from an operator and a motion. The format for a delete command with the delete operator is as follows. Motion is what the operator will operate on. So W is going to operate on the word. D1, what does that do? D2, oh wow. D1L, oh interesting. D10L. Okay, so it's going to delete 10 characters to the right. That's what D10L does. If you type U, it will undo that. Okay, cool. Using a count for a motion. Okay, so this is just a line with words you can move around in. Oh, okay, so type 2. So if you type W, it's basically 1W. Type B, it's 1B. If you type 2W, we're going to move 2. Type 2B, move 2 back. Write 5W, move 5 words forward. 5W, 5 words forward. 10B, 10 words back. Cool. Using a count to delete more. Typing a number with an operator repeats it that many times. In the combination of the delete operator and a motion mentioned above you, insert a count before the motion to delete more. Number motion. Moving the cursor to the first uppercase word in the line marked arrow. Type D2W to delete the 2 uppercase words. Repeat with a different count to delete the consecutive uppercase words with one command. Okay. Okay, so let's do W, and let's do D2W. So that deletes 2 words. So we hit undo, which is U, D2W. Now let's go to the next one. Let's delete 1, 2, 3, 4, D4W. Let's find capital Q. So F, capital Q, it takes you to that letter. So let's delete 1, 2, 3, D3W. Cool. Operating on lines, type DD to delete a whole line. Due to the frequency of whole line deletion, the designers of V decided it would be easier to simply type 2Ds to delete a line. Move the cursor to the second line in the phrase below. Type DD to delete the line. Now move to the fourth line. Type 2DD to delete 2 lines. Okay. What do they want us to do? Type DD. 2DD. Okay. Now what do they want us to do? You can type, okay, so how many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can D, 4, J. That's delete 4 down. Undo. U. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 4, J. Okay, the undo command. Press U to undo the last commands. Capital U to fix a whole line. Oh, interesting. Undo. Redo. Undo. Interesting. Move the cursor to the lines below marked arrow and place it on the first error. Type X to delete the first unwanted character. Now type U to undo. This time fix all errors in the line using the X command. Okay, X. Okay, find O, X, find H, X, find E, X. Capital U. Oh, interesting. So it undoes everything on the line. Nice. Type U a few times to undo the capital U in preceding commands. Cool. Type Control R to redo. Now type Control R, keeping Control key pressed while hitting capital R. Wait, what is Control capital R? I'm not sure what that does. Oh wow, interesting. Okay, these are useful commands. Now we'll go on to lesson 2 summary. To delete from the cursor up to the next word, type DW. To delete to the end of the word, type DE. To the end of the line, $. Delete a whole word, a whole line, DD. Prepend with a number to repeat. The format for a change command is operator number motion, where operator is what to do. Cool. To move to the start of the line, use a 0. To undo previous actions, type U. To undo all the changes, type capital U. To undo the undos, type Control R. I think it's like these are the same, whether it's capital or lowercase. The put command. Type P to put previously deleted text after the cursor. Move the cursor to first line below marked arrow. Okay. Type D to delete the line and store it in a Vim register. DD. Move the cursor to C. Above where the deleted line should go. Type P. Repeat to put all lines in the correct order. DD. 3K. Capital P. Roses are red, violets are blue. Intelligence is learned. Can you learn too? Yes, we can. Type RX to delete, to replace the character at the cursor with X. Okay. Okay, so move the cursor so that it is on top of the first error. Find U. So the letter F, letter U. We'll take us there. Type R. Okay, Y. L. R. P. Find W. R. E. Find J. R. N. Okay. This is the key to learning Vim. Learn by doing. Okay. To change until the end of the word, type C. C is for change. E is for end. Interesting. Okay, so let's go type 0. Place a cursor on the U in Lubwa. Find FU. Find U. Okay, so C E I N E escape. Find P C E ZORDS escape. Find R B C E need escape. Find U. Find F S ING. Cool. Now that CE deletes the word and places U in insert mode, CC does the same for the whole line. Interesting. CC. Oh wow. I didn't know that. There you go. Learned something new. More changes using C. The change operator is used with the same motions as delete. The change operator works in the same way as delete. The format is C number motion. The motions are the same, such as W and $. Move the cursor to the arrow. Okay. Move the cursor to the first error. Find S. W, W, W. Okay. Okay. Type C $, and type the rest of the line like the second. Okay. So C $, to be corrected using the C $ command. There we go. You can use backspace key to correct mistakes while typing. Cool. To put back text that has just been deleted, type P for put. This puts the deleted text after the cursor. If a line was deleted, it will go on the line below the cursor. To replace the character under the cursor, type R and then the character you want to replace. The change operator allows you to change from the cursor to where the motion takes you. For example, type CE to change from the cursor to the end of the word. Okay. BCE from the block text thing. XP S SX. Okay. The format for change is C number motion. Now go to the next lesson. Cursor location and file status. Type Control G to show your location in the file and the file status. Control G. Okay, so we're in some temp file. We're at line 489 of 964. We're exactly 50% done. Cool. All right. All right, let's see here. Okay, so we got to read this whole lesson. So hold down the Control key and press G. We call this Control G. A message will appear at the bottom of the page with the file name and the position in the file. Remember the line number for step 3. Okay, you may see the cursor position in the lower right corner of the screen. This happens when the ruler option is set. See Help Ruler. Press capital G to move you to the bottom of the file. Type GG to move you to the start of the file. Type the number of the line you were on and then capital G. This will return you to the line you were on when you first pressed Control G. If you feel confident to do this, execute steps 1 through 3. Okay. So let's type Control G. So we are line 498. So let's remember that. So we're going to type capital G. Now we're at the last line of the file. We're going to type GG. And now we're at the first line of the file. And now let's go back. So let's type 489 capital G. Maybe this is 498. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Search command. Type / followed by a phrase to search for the phrase. / search. Boom. Error or nice. Simply type N to search backwards. Type capital N, N, capital N, N, capital N. You see how it changes? So question mark means search up. / means search down. So we can search up. We can get to that on there. We can type normal. We'll go here. Enter. Boom. We can go forward. Let's search for error. Now we're going to go here. Enter. N, capital N, N, capital N. Cool. Matching parentheses, search. Type percentage to find a matching. Oh, actually I didn't know that. That's cool. Percent. Whoa. Where are we? 795. 529. Interesting. Place the cursor on any in a line below. Oh, okay, so we got to go here. So let's go 10J. Find open parenthesis. Type percent. Oh, that's so cool. I actually didn't know this. I forgot this. So I'm learning something too. That's cool. This is a test line with open parentheses, brackets, curly brackets. Nice. That's really cool. Okay. Can we do capital? Oh, if you do shift percentage sign, it does the opposite direction. Wait, I think. Hold on. Oh, if you press it over and over, it flips back and forth between the two. That's cool. Very cool. All right, substitute command. S old new G to substitute new for old. Let's try it. Old. Replace old with new. Oh, we gotta S. Replace old with new, and do it in every instance in the line. Boom. That changed. Type U. Move the cursor to the marked line. Replace this. Search for the. Replace with the. Boom. Let's type the up arrow. We get it again. We can also just do G. Let's do this. Let's do G, and it's going to do all of them for us at once. Boom. Undo, redo, undo, redo. You see it fixes this one and this one. Redo, undo, redo, undo, redo, undo. Cool. Change every occurrence of a character string between two lines. Oh, actually, this is interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, these are numbers, so like 1 to 3. So search for 1 to 3, within lines 1 to 3, replace old with new, and do it for every occurrence. Cool. And then percentage is for every single line in the file. C means choose. It's going to give us an option. So it's going to say, so let's see what line this is. Whoops. Control G. We're on line 565. Okay, so on lines 565 to 566, we're going to search for old, replace with new, replace every occurrence, and ask us if we want to do it. Enter. Do we want to do it? Yes. No. So we did it in one case. Cool. This one was pretty cool. Percentage sign flips you between closing parentheses or brackets or whatever. Cool. Where are we? We're on line 611. Cool. Okay. Exclamation mark followed by an external command to execute that command. Type the familiar command : to set the cursor at the bottom of the screen. This allows you to enter a command line command. Now type the exclamation point character. This allows you to execute any external shell command. As an example, type ls followed by the exclamation. This will show you a listing of your directory, just as if you were at the shell prompt, or use dir if ls doesn't work. Exclamation dir. Interesting. I don't think that did anything for us. I think that's a Windows command. There we go. That is as expected. Okay. I think this is a typo. Yeah, you want to do, they're telling us to do this, but we want to do this. Okay. To save changes made to the text, type write file name. Write test. So let's test that. Let's type ls. We're going to grep for test. There it is. Clear. Let's do ls al grep test. Here's the file we just made. 1015. Not sure what that is. What is that? Okay. Remove those two files we just made. Cool. Selecting text right. To save part of the file, type vmotion. Type vmotion w file. Now move the cursor to this line, press V, and move the cursor to the 5th item below. Type V to the 5th item below, 5J. Then we'll write the selected lines to the file test. Write test. Let's do cat test. Oh, look at that. We saved a portion to the other file. I actually did not know that. That's pretty cool. I wonder if we can append rather than overwrite everything. Vim will write the selected lines to the file test. Use ls to see it. Do not remove it yet. We will use it in the next lesson. So let's see what we did. Cat test. So we saved all this stuff to a file called test. Press enter and you'll come back. Pressing V starts visual selection. That's pretty cool. Retrieving and merging files. Interesting. Wow, I'm learning new stuff here. To insert the contents of a file, type... What? Okay. What is R? We can do H, R. What is that? H, R. Read. Insert the file. Oh, we're going to take the contents of a file and insert it into the current file. Oh, that's really interesting. So for example, we could grab the contents of test and insert it below the cursor. That is really cool. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Place the cursor just above this line. After executing step 2, you will see text from lesson 5.3, then move down to see this lesson again. Okay, so let's insert test. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. That's super cool. Nice. Now retrieve your test file using the command rtest, where test is the name of the file you used. The file you retrieve is placed below the cursor line. To verify that a file was retrieved, cursor back and notice that there are now 2 copies of 5.3. The original and the file version. You can also read the output of an external command, for example. Oh wow, that's super cool. So for example, we could write Python command print 2 plus 2. Oh, or you can only write contents of a file. Interesting. Interesting. What if we did... What if we did this? What is this going to do, I wonder? Nope, that doesn't work. I did not know how to do this, so I'm learning new stuff. That's pretty cool. Verify the file was retrieved. Okay, cool. Summary. That was actually cool. I learned some cool stuff there. Exclamation command executes an external command. Some useful examples are... Alright, this is... Okay, we're on Unix, so exclamation list the files, rm a file name, deletes it, write, this saves it, v motion, w file name saves the visually selected lines in a file name. So for example, we could save, I believe this is going to overwrite, so I think we can overwrite our file with that. Whoa. Yeah, okay. So let's go like this. Let's save this stuff. Write this to test. Oh, okay, so because it exists, we have to overwrite it. Now let's cat test. And now we've got this new summary. We've replaced what's inside there. Cool. Our file name retrieves disk file name and puts it below the cursor. So let's do that. R test. see we got another one there. Nice. Type U to undo. That's super cool. R exclamation dir reads the output of the dir command and puts it below the cursor position. The open command. Type O to open a line below the cursor and place U in insert mode. O. Capital O. Wait, what? Capital O. Capital O. Capital O. A line above. O, a line below. Cool. We're learning. Type A to insert text after the cursor. I think we already learned this one. Press E until the cursor is on the end of the line. Type A. Line. A, I, and A all go to the same insert mode. Another way to replace, type a capital R to replace more than one character. Move the cursor to, okay. Alright, so now press R and type the number below it in the second line so that it replaces the X's. Okay. Capital R 456. Oh, interesting. Capital R 579. Cool. That's pretty cool. Replace mode is like insert mode, but every type character deletes an existing character. Copy and paste text. Use the Y operator to copy text and P to paste it. Alright, move to the marked line. Start the visual. Type V. W, W, E. Yay. Y. Type Y. We yank it. Move the cursor to the end of the next line. J. Dollar. Wait, what? J. Dollar. P. A. Second. Nice. Use visual mode to select item, yank it with Y, move to the end of the next line with J dollar, and put the text there with P. You can use Y as an operator. YW yanks one word, YY yanks the whole line, and then P puts that line. Set an option so a search or substitute ignores case. Set an option so a search or substitute ignores case. Search for ignore by entering /ignore, capital N, repeat several times. Set the IC option by entering set IC. Now search for ignore. Notice that capital I ignore and capital ignore are now also found. IC means insensitive case. So it doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase, I believe. Set the HL search and ink search options. Set HLS, IS. Oh, this highlight search. Interesting. Cool. To disable ignoring case, enter set no insensitive case. Set insensitive case. Nice. To remove the highlighting, enter no highlight search. If you want to ignore case for just one search command, use \c. Ignore \c. Type O to open a line above, capital O to capital line above, lowercase o below. E goes to the end, Y is yank, P is put. Capital R replaces until escape is pressed. Type set XXX sets the option. Sumar ignores case. Incremental search shows partial matches for a search phrase. Interesting. Set IS inc. Highlight all matching phrases. You can either use the long or short option name. Prepend no to switch an option off. Set no inc or set no incremental search. Use the online help system. Vim has a comprehensive online help system. To get started, try one of these three. Press the help key. Press F1. We're going to type help. Enter. Cool. So now we have this is the manual that we can look through. You can type :Q to exit out of there. Read the text in the help window to find out how help works. Control W to jump from one window to another. Create a startup script. Enable Vim features. Vim has many more features than V, but most of them are disabled by default. To start using more, you should create a vimrc file. Start editing the vimrc file. This depends on your system. Edit vimrc. Now read the example vimrc file contents. R vim runtime vimrc example.vim. So we inserted the example, so we're just going to read through it. Write the file. Next time you start Vim, it will use syntax highlighting. Now we perform settings to the vimrc file. For more information, type help vimrc intro. Cool. Echo my vimrc. Interesting. Completion. Command line completion with Control D and Tab. Set no compatible mode. No CP. Look what files exist in the directory. Oh, interesting. So it's giving us like hints. These are all Vim commands. Tab. We can tab through them. Nice. Nice. Edit. Test. Escape. Cool. That was useful stuff. All right. So type help or press F1. Help command to find help on command. Control W to switch to jump to another file. Control semicolon Q to close the help window. Create a vimRC script to keep your preferred settings. When typing a colon command, press Control D to see possible completions. Press Tab to use one completion. This concludes the Vim tutor. It was intended to give a brief overview of the Vim editor, just enough to allow you to use the editor fairly easily. It is far from complete as Vim has many more commands. Read the user manual next. Help user manual. Help user manual. Cool. Clever tricks. Pretty cool. Cool stuff. For further reading and studying, this book is recommended. Vim V Improved by Steve Duwellin. Owellin. The first book completely dedicated to Vim. This book is older and more about V than Vim, but also recommended. Learn the V editor. It is a good book to get to know almost anything you want to do with V. The 6th edition also includes information on Vim. This tutorial was written by Michael C. Pierce and Robert Ware, Colorado School of Mines, using ideas applied by Charles Smith, Colorado State University. Modified for Vim by Bramwell Molinar. Alright, you guys, that's it. That is our tutorial for Vim. Thanks for following along. We didn't do 30 minutes, we got 43. So, no shame if it takes you longer to do that.